bring back Gary to talk about this. Governor Newsom finally responding to the investigation, saying he was in shock when he learned of the news a year ago and immediately placed Williamson on administrative leave. What do you make of that?
Well, it's what I just said off air. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the technical answer. The concerning thing, what you just heard from that expert,
Not over
that
yet.
this isn't over, okay? And this is what the concern is down at the Capitol, right? Look, when people plead guilty, there's a reason for that, okay? It's because typically because the prosecutors have said, look, here's your options. Big time in prison or plead guilty, we'll get lesser charges. And, of course, it almost always means providing extra information or being willing to testify against those who are yet to come or already under indictment. So, you know, this does not bode well, certainly, for Governor Newsom's former chief of staff. But also, guys, is there a wider net?
Right.
That's the big question mark right now.
Yeah, that's certainly what we'll be looking into as this moves on. Because
Absolutely.
It's certainly not over. All right,
Not
Gary.
by a long shot.
No. So let's talk about the economy right now. And we know that we're once again facing this huge deficit. California looking at an estimated $18 billion deficit right now. So
That's not chump change.
no, it's not. It's not. So where do we go from here?
Well, it's going to be a problem because the governor here in just 6 weeks, 7 weeks, is going to have to present his new budget for the coming fiscal year. And the Legislative Analyst's Office, by the way, they're the official sort of bean counters, accountant folks for the legislature. They say things don't look good, and they've actually warned the governor and the legislature, look, you don't really have any other options at this point. I mean, there was loans, there was other kinds of things to get through this year. It's either cut spending or raise revenue. And to your point, Marley, in an economy that's in many people's minds still struggling for them personally, the idea of raising taxes of any kind, not very palatable. But then, you know, when the cuts, where are they going to come from? Safety net programs? You know, Washington's already reduced some of the funding. So this is not going to be easy for the folks down at the Capitol in the next 6 months.
Speaking of the governor's race, a new but familiar face has jumped in. Billionaire Tom Steyer ran for president in 2020. He's hoping to take the governor. He's got deep pockets. He's going to impact the race in one way or another, don't you think?
Well, the key word, Tony, billionaire,
Yeah,
right?
money.
I mean, you know, when you run for a statewide office in California, friends, you're talking 4 of the top 20 television markets in the country. Now, he does have the advantage Tony mentioned in terms of name ID from his run for the presidency, but still, this is going to be a race that he's probably already knows he's going to have to spend $100 million on. How much of it can he raise outside of his own pockets? That may not make any difference. But clearly what Steyer saw, and he's been involved, by the way, in California politics for a while, getting behind things like statewide ballot measures, et cetera. But, you know, right now the polling shows that with Katie Porter's numbers having dropped, it's a wide open race. And there's other names that we may be talking about next week who may be jumping in soon as well. So I think, you know, we're less than a year away from this election and Steyer getting in. You're going to have to ramp up quickly because come the first of the year, it's going to be game on.
Yeah. And he poured millions into the Prop 50 ads.
Yes.
So we know that he's got the money and that he's
got some
already
leftover
put it out
cash.
there.
What do you want to do?
Just a little leftover. I might as well run for
Why not?
California
Why not?
governor.
All right, Gary. Thank you as always. Appreciate
Go,
it.
guys.